Hey everybody, just sitting here enjoying this beautiful my lunch break, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do something I find necessary, and that is to thank all of you who, after only 2 episodes, have shown so much love, so much support. The outpouring of encouraging words have been extremely humbling to me. So many emails and direct messages and text messages, likes and shares of the videos have all meant so much to me. And it's helping me to push through, because I have to be honest, this has been very difficult. This has been a brutal, raw, intense, personal journey. My intention is to help others, but realizing after I've only done 2 episodes, and each one has been so difficult to get through. And I've realized that as I'm personally right now navigating the recovery process, the healing process, I'm having to relive the very situations that I'm trying to heal from right now. So it's been very hard. But knowing that these videos have helped some of you to be seen and to feel heard and to have hope has made it worth it tenfold. I won't stop now. I'm going to keep on going. It's necessary. We've got to make a change in this world. We got to hold betrayers accountable. There needs to be consequences. The law is not set up that way. The law is ridiculous. With a stroke of a pen, they determine the fate of your future and your children's future without taking into account the amount of damage that you are recovering from. Think about that for a moment. The amount of damage that happens to a betrayed loyal spouse is so significant that it takes a tremendous amount of time and effort and support just to get back off the ground. You get just destroyed in so many ways. There's no accountability for that. Now, how come the court systems aren't analyzing that? Why are they not taking the betrayed spouse and analyzing the amount of damage that's been done to them and taking that into account? And not just physically, but mentally and emotionally and spiritually. I went over all these things in the previous videos. The financial damage, the amount of investment that you've made into building a future with somebody who just decided one day that it wasn't enough for them, so they decided to betray you. And the betrayal doesn't happen right away. That reminds me, I got to announce too, I'm coming out with episode 3 soon. Not sure what day it's going to launch. I'm kind of doing this off the cuff. That's who I am. But episode 3 is going to be pretty incredible. I've decided that what I want to do is I'm going to expose the blueprint that all cheaters use. And it's interesting. Once you see this blueprint, you can't unsee it. And it's common to all of them. They might alter it a little bit, little tweaks here and there, but it's all the same outline. And I've learned this by being around other loyal spouses who have been betrayed. We have so many similar stories. We can tell each other's stories, really. When you hear someone else talk, you feel like they've been spying on you and just telling you your life back to you. It's pretty amazing. So I'm going to do that in the next video. So be sure to take a look at that. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos, please go take a look. And even if you haven't been betrayed in the past, take a listen to those, because it's highly likely that you know somebody who has been betrayed or is getting betrayed currently, and it's important for you to know the depth of the damage that they're going to receive or have received. It's significant. And we can't just tell people, oh, hey, you'll probably meet someone of your dreams. I've been told that. Hey, you'll be able to move on. Time will heal. And I'm not upset. People are just trying to help. And people just aren't aware. People don't realize. They're trying to minimize the damage. And when you hear things like that, and your life is completely shattered, and you're at the very bottom, clinging to the final rung of a ladder that doesn't seem to go anywhere, it's just tough to hear. And you'll hear things too when you have kids. You'll hear, oh, don't worry, kids are resilient. You can't say that. I haven't taught about that yet, but that's a future episode too. Kids are fragile. I'm going to explain that as well. So we got to learn, not just us who have been betrayed, but if you haven't been betrayed, You probably have a colleague, a friend, family member, somebody around you has certainly been betrayed or is getting betrayed right now. And the only way we get through this is if the whole community understands the magnitude of damage that occurs from betrayal. And if you're considering betraying someone, go watch those videos so that maybe if you have a little bit of moral fiber in your body, you might choose something else. You might choose to gracefully walk away, or you might reevaluate yourself and find worth in the person that you committed to. That'd be the better option. So this has been pretty amazing. Future episodes are also going to include different recovery practices, ways that you can heal. I'm doing something right now that helps me, and that's getting out in the world and actively doing something, walking around. It's just, the scenery. This isn't in the middle of the woods anywhere. You don't have to go find seclusion. This is a park in Orlando, and it's beautiful. Actually, a little north of Orlando. It's absolutely beautiful. And there's always people walking around trying to get healthy. And that's what we got to do. You got to keep yourself moving. I'm not going to tell you that busyness is your answer, because busyness can be damaging if it's the wrong type of busyness. But keep yourself active, doing healthy things, exercise, walk around your neighborhood, get yourself out of the house. Don't get isolated. Isolation is going to bring you to the lower depths of this stuff. I've been there. It's terrible. And I say this because, and I know I announced episode 3 a minute ago, but it just came to my mind. Another reason why you need to watch that is because it's going to help you identify the behaviors before it's too late. There's something called D-Day, and that's kind of like a war term. Isn't that sad? A lot of what happens to us is similar to war. I mean, we get PTSD. I mean, just like somebody who goes overseas and gets, in a firefight. It's how damaging it is. But there's something called D-Day, and that's the discovery day. That's where you discover that an affair has occurred. And that day, you feel like you feel almost like nothing exists anymore. You get just bombarded with every emotion you can think of. Your heart gets thrown in a blender, and the blender gets placed on high speed. Your mind goes crazy. You can't understand what's going on. You can't believe what you're seeing. You start thinking of all your hopes and dreams. You start thinking of the past, all these things at one time, wondering how did all this happen? All of it was fake. How am I going to survive? I mean, there's so much. And so if you can recognize these patterns before D-Day occurs, you may be able to call this out and get ahead of it. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, it's like it's like playing tug of war with a elephant. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. So if you're suspicious of your partner, you should watch episode 3, because that blueprint's going to uncover traits that are common to all cheaters. And I'll tell you, that D-Day is tough. And on D-Day, if you've experienced D-Day recently, don't be surprised when D-Day number 2 comes up. And what that means is that you discover more. Because they never, ever, number one, they never give you all of it. Sadly, the things I shared in episode 2, those were minor compared to the things that I wish I could share, but I don't think I could speak through them right now. It's that bad. But even those, everything that I know is only a small percentage of what they actually did. That's what happens. You'll never know the full truth, and that's what's scary, and it's sad. But you'll get little trickle truths, and you'll get additional D-Days where they'll break, and they'll finally give you a little bit more. And as you get more, it's going to hurt more. So you got to get ahead of this. So that's my intention behind that. Episode 3. I know I'm all over the place. If you know me, this is kind of how I talk. I'm unscripted. First 2 episodes, I definitely needed my notes because it was a lot and I didn't want to leave anything out. but I can get long-winded. This is a 10-minute thank you video. This is longer than the first 2 videos combined. But I needed to let y'all know my heart, let you know what's going on. And to conclude, since I did notice that I'm at 10 minutes, just thank you so much, everybody. I love y'all so much. Please keep on going. Keep liking and sharing the videos. Thanks for your support. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And I'll say it, and I'm going to say it at the end of every video, that together we rise.